There is a lot of talk out there right now about why the Explorer's Guide to Wildemount is really bad for D&D.
Today, we're going to be talking about why it's good for homebrewers.
Welcome to the Homebrew Crew. I'm Tony, this is Sean, and today for our Sunday discussion, we're going to be talking about Matt Mercer's Explorer's Guide to Wildemount.
Yes, one of the hottest topics kind of out there in the D&D universe right now. Now, it was announced a little while back, but if you go on social media, Reddit, Facebook, anywhere you go, there's a lot of discussion about this upcoming release, and let's just say not a lot of it is favorable.
I think what happens is a lot of people are sitting here thinking that D&D has sold out to something that's more popular, and there's been always that constant discussion that Critical Role is not real D&D, and you can't compare yourself to how they play it. And the thing is that, and first and foremost, it is important to homebrewers to respect what's actually happened here.
Yeah.
We really have to look at that.
I don't think a lot of people realize that somebody who created their own world and created all their own characters and a universe and a region and everything that they have created in this universe has grown to a certain level that not only is it one of the most successful, streams out there, but it is becoming part of official D&D lore.
Absolutely, and you got to think of it that way. It's like if we look at any of these other great campaigns that are out there that we've been part of. Dark Sun is out there, Spelljammer, Eberron, any of these things that are out there, it's exactly the same. You have to ask yourself the question, if Matt's name wasn't attached to it, would people think it was as bad? And I don't think it would be the case.
Oh, no, yeah. I mean, I guarantee you if this was kind of sold as like new regions and new classes and all this stuff without having the Critical Role or Matt Mercer tag to it,
right,
I think we'd be getting a very different kind of response regarding this content. And now it's interesting to note that, personally, I actually don't really watch Critical Role. And a lot of people are surprised by that because I'm a DM and all that. But even as somebody who does not really know a lot about it and does not watch it, I still think this is a good thing to see people who have kind of worked their way up to create something this awesome, to have it included and, published as a book. I think secretly, even if you don't admit it, some of us have a little deep inkling that we would kind of want that to happen too.
And, we work with the DMs Guild quite a bit. We'll show people all these great creations that people send us. We've put some things on the DMs Guild ourselves. And I'll tell you what, I would jump at the chance to have one of my things officially published by Wizards of the Coast for things. And, yes, this is similar to how they put out their own campaign. And yes, you look at it and you can go, oh, well, they don't really need the money with it because, they were funded for their cartoon within minutes.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, is you have to look at what it's actually brought in. 5th edition, whether it be because it's easy to play or because as it's become socially acceptable, you got to look at all this stuff, right? We're looking at Stranger Things, which came out and people have attached to it. Critical Role has become super popular. Acquisitions Incorporated. Heck, even like Stephen Colbert plays D&D and has talked about it on things. It's become part of the main culture. I refuse to use the word zeitgeist, by the way. But it's a true thing, and I think that we have to embrace that and accept it. Look at it as a fact that we have a new world to play in, another set of content, and if you're not super excited about Critical Role, that's fine.
Yeah, especially, in recent years, we've seen a lot of really, kind of out there content, besides Critical Role. Like, yes, we had Acquisitions Incorporated, which if you've kind of read through some of that stuff, some of it is a little wacky and out there that you wouldn't even put your campaign, or let alone a Rick and Morty expansion.
Right, but again, we're reaching out to people who have never played before. It's easier to play than before. It's like this whole thing where we have to embrace that. We can't just push it away. Guys, we've been sitting here playing D&D 3.5, we've gone AD&D, all these things, whatever, and we've always been those nerds in the basement.
Yes.
We're no longer nerds in the basement. We're popular now. Accept it. And it's cool.
And what's interesting? I feel like there's this kind of mentality where that thing of oh yeah, we are those nerd basements, we are that group, is kind of they kind of want to protect. There's a sense of kind of protecting that. But with any hobby or any interest, sometimes things do blow up and sometimes things get more popular with other people. But again, this is not a bad thing. You know, when we see people like Matt Mercer and like other creators who kind of rise to this level, it opens up doors for people that like maybe they post their first adventure on DM's Guild, or maybe they post their first class on D&D Beyond. You know, everyone has to start somewhere, but like the fact that this can, you know, hopefully maybe encourage others to, you know, write their content or put their own things out there is really awesome.
Right, and that's the base of our video here, is the fact that this is really good for the homebrew community. This means that Wizards of the Coast actually is looking at things that you make that are popular. I know for a fact William Beale was just recently mentioned with things for his Book of House.
Yes.
And we were like, when that came out, we were like super excited about it. We were telling everyone about it and all this stuff, and it was like this little thing that no one really knew about. Now it's part of the officially like acknowledged, this is D&D kind of stuff too. Like he's getting into that. That means that your stuff that you're creating has a possibility of being part of Wizards, you know, whole. I've refused Zeitgeist again. But you know what I mean? To be able to be part of that world. And it is important. It's important for us.
Yeah. And you know, to be fair, I think a lot of the controversy and a lot of the stuff that we've kind of seen in social media is not just because it's Critical Role. I think, you know, especially with kind of the more upcoming releases, I think people have like a certain expectation for as what they were kind of expecting. There were a lot of talks about like, yes, like Spelljammer and all this kind of things and all that. But even if it's not what you're expecting, or if it's something that you kind of didn't want, just remember that that content is for somebody.
Yeah. And, you know, somebody may not enjoy the way you DM on something.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that it's bad. So this has kind of been our Sunday discussion. We're going to try and do these every week on a different topic. Let us know what you guys think about Explorer's Guide to Wildemount.
Yeah, we'll be down in the comments as well to respond to some of what the things that you want to say, or some of your thoughts, or any questions that you might have. And let's get a conversation going. See how you feel about all this kind of stuff going on.
If you like the video, go ahead and like and subscribe down there.
Somewhere below. Yeah.
But definitely send us a message or put a comment below. We would love to have an open discussion with you guys. And remember, the best campaigns are always the ones that are homebrewed. So until next time,
Keep brewing.